what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Matt, Garrett Nussmeier. Here's been my entire point of Whiskey Wine, entire point really this week is how we arrived at a point where we watch a quarterback go 72% completion percentage, 350, 3 touchdowns, and we're like, okay. I think it
Seems like a good guy.
I think it could be better. Like we've completely lost
the
ourselves.
thread.
Did you see that guy he missed open?
Yeah.
Didn't even see him.
One throw.
Didn't even see him.
So what's your evaluation of Garrett?
Garrett, good football player, good quarterback. That's what I got.
SEC Player of the Week.
Yeah, no, Garrett's playing great. And what I like is he's been making really good reads. He's really comfortable in the pocket. Like that's the main takeaway that I see him every day. He's in the rhythm of the game. Like his play style, his personality style is he never looks tight. So how you can kind of tell that is when like a quarterback is a little nervous, a little tight. Like usually it happens early in a game, first couple plays, like you kind of tunnel vision, like you're one read, two read. You don't really see the field. That's why a lot of offensive coordinators will start like young quarterbacks out with a screen pass or something behind the line of scrimmage, or like a bootleg into the flat route, like a designated throw to get a completion to kind of get a guy in the rhythm of the game. And then that's also big, like why momentum is such a big swinger every now and then, because something bad happens, you kind of revert back to that. I call it tunnel vision, but not seeing the field as much. When a quarterback gets into the rhythm of the game, that's when like it's kind of snowball effects. Like if success happens, it usually breeds more success because you get more comfortable, you're seeing the field more. But Garrett's play style is like he's immediately in that zone. Yeah. Always.
Just like from the first snap.
Yeah, from the first snap. He sees the field. He reads from sideline to sideline. He knows what's happening. It is what it seems like.
God, it seems like he's got a great release too.
He's got good. He's always had really good arm talent. And yeah, that's why I've always liked him, just because of the arm talent.
What about the sidearm? Okay, you got donuts with Dad for a couple minutes. You take off. We're going to sit on the same side of the booth like we did last week.
Love it. Romantic.
I don't know if you – I mean, I know you watched the entire game, but if you noticed it, if you could see it on the TV copy, like he throws it out to the back. I loved the series where it was like, check down Charlie.
Check down.
Because he hadn't had to do that, but UCLA is like, all right, we're backing everybody off. And he's like, okay, cool. I'm just going to take – and he had a D lineman rushing right at him. I mean, he goes full like – sidearm 3/4 angle and just throws it a little check down. It's like even like in that moment, just being able to control that and handle that and not panic.
So I know it got a lot of questions last week at different places about Joe Sloan and everything. Jacob, how many years did you and I sit at this table and scream and yell about 7-man protections, and the best way to beat the blitz is actually to get a back out for checkdowns instead of keeping them in to protect?
I mean, a solid 3 years.
I mean, good Lord. And then all of a sudden I'm watching a drive last week where it's drop back, read, check down, read, check down. Yeah. You don't think that slows defensive coordinators from bringing backers, safeties, corners? That is the biggest deterrent in the world.
Yeah, because if you're patrolling the area, and that's what I call when a running back doesn't really have a responsibility. His guy doesn't come, but he doesn't get out, and he just has his arms out, and he's looking for something. Don't look, just go. And because then it adds another guy into the rush. You're going to have somebody green dog who has that back man, and then it's going to get muddy. That was one of my favorite series so far of the year, where it's like, we're going to do this, and then once you take that away, that's fine. Then it opens up back behind the defense
like
as well.
Overall offensive team, that was my favorite series since like the 19 season. Like, of course, I loved watching Jaden do his thing, but like from a 11-person unit all playing together, it was awesome, because the running backs, you have to be taught to do that. That is something, these checkdowns, how to get out on a check down. Just like you said, if your guys aren't coming, don't stand there and like look around and try to find somebody else. Yeah. Unless it's your job to like look to the Sam and then scan for a backside 4. Like, unless that's your job.
But even, I guess in college it's tough to say you can pre-snap that.
Yeah.
In college,
In
like
college,
the
you can't.
backside guy, I was always looking, no matter if his alignment was
Exactly.
what it was. And I always loved when the quarterback, you'd get to the line of scrimmage and whoever I was playing with, they'd be like, they'd see the defense, be like, hey, I'm going to need you. Probably coming to you here.
Yeah.
Like on a check down.
Yep.
Like even that, like the
Yep.
quarterback can know.
And a lot of times when you would see the great ones say, get up to the line of scrimmage, and quarterback knows most of the time if they're coming or not. No, or if they know they know that there might be a chance that they come, but a lot of times if they're not coming, the quarterback knows that there's 0% chance that they're bringing anybody except for the 4 down linemen here.
Yeah.
And so even if that back has checked like a protection responsibilities, he's leaning over to his back and saying, "Get out," like just scat, like don't even look, just get out now because I know it's Tampa 2. I know the mic is getting deep, so I want you to replace that mic on the field as soon as you can. I don't want you to look because I'm going to give one pump fake to the left and I'm coming right to you.
I mean, I can remember playing in Denver and Peyton would just like, I'd have whatever the route was and he'd completely, hey, run an angle for me.
Yeah.
It's like he knew where it was coming from, to your point, or he knew where the void in the defense was going to be.
Yep.
And the running back coach would always be like, what are you doing? Peyton, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
So like when you can disguise pressures and where the quarterback can't always guarantee that the pressure's coming. So it's like, all right, there's a chance that they might bring a strong dog. Yeah, but like sometimes when you're playing these coverages where you're definitely dropping 7 or 8 guys, like there's no disguising that a lot of times. So the quarterback reads like there's 100% chance they're only bringing 3 or only bringing 4, and depending on what the coverage is and what the route combination is, you're going to tell the back to do something like Peyton would say, angle, or Aaron would say, hey, get out, don't protect, just get over, replace the mic. It's like there's no more reading at that point.
No.
They know they're going to the back. So everything they do before that is Aaron would like look left, he would pump, give a hard pump fake, and then go straight to the back. Like there's a read 1 and there's a read 1 on that play after that happens.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, those are my favorite plays. Just check it down to the running back.
But yeah, that we got to that by saying like I love how Garrett's playing. He's improving, but that drive with the checkdowns, I mean, that is, think about what the Ole Miss defensive coordinator in 2 weeks is. I mean, they have to. Like that's not a fun position to be in when an offense gets good at that thing, and they can push it down the field. I know they want to push it down the field more, but
and when they did with Kyle Parker. How about the 40-plus yard touchdown throw to Kyle Parker? That thing was on a string. You can't place it any better, and I know you want to wax poetic about that.
As a quarterback, that's what we like to call, that ball caught him. Perfect throw. He had no option but to catch that.
The ball did catch him.
That ball caught him.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful throw. Those are the ones that, like, when you're in high school and middle school and just playing football, training on the field, those are the type of balls that, like, you dream of throwing on a big stage. It's beautiful.
You know, another thing in the offense that we saw a little bit of, and I'd like to see more, and we talked about the checkdowns, but, like, they threw, you know, different people call it different things, smoke, now route, whatever it might be, to Aaron Anderson. Like, just get the ball in his hands quickly. Just turn around. If they're playing off coverage, they did. Nussmeier throws it out there. Aaron Anderson made one guy miss, and it was an 11-yard play.
Yeah.
Like, I love things like, if you're not going to be a screen team, which it doesn't feel like this team is a screen team at all, like, you got to do some of that because that kind of takes the place of a screen.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we would get and maybe we are. Maybe we got it. We have it in the playbook. I wish we'd get a little bit more creative with using the screen game for sure. But like you said, the smokes, the nows, the lookies, whatever you want to call, like quick hitters like that, getting the ball in athletes' hands, even if it doesn't pick up a chunk, even if it's just an extension of the running game, which a lot of times that's what those types of plays are.
Yeah.
It forces the defense to creep up a little bit, which allows you to try to hit bigger plays over the top. So football's all about a balance, especially in offense. When good play calling is all about having a really good balance to keep the defense guessing. And so if you're not going to do those things, the defense can kind of sit back a little bit, take away your big chunk plays. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. That was a big play because even, like I said, even if it's not picking up huge chunks, one of them is going to square it out for a little bit for 10, 11, 12 yards.
C.J. Daniels almost like 3 different times just like a little quick 3-4 yard hitch and almost, broke one tackle, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, just look at probably going to go down as the greatest quarterback in the history, Patrick Mahomes. How many behind the line of scrimmage passes does he make out during a play, during the entirety of a game? Then all of a sudden you see him chunk it 65 yards down the field. But look at the blueprint of just great NFL teams, and as well great college teams. But that's what they do. They're getting the ball out. They're hitting checkdowns. They're hitting wide receiver screens, quickies.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.